Hi folks, Cadillac just came out with a brand new vehicle for 2020. You're looking at the new 2020 Cadillac XT6. This is a premium luxury version. I'm going to take you for a ride on it, show you how some things work. Hi, my name's John Ambrosic. I'm a sales consultant for Smail Cadillac in Greensburg. Come on, let's hop in and take this thing out on the road. All right guys, so here we are. Going to do a quick walk around the outside of the vehicle here. This is the new Cadillac XT6. You can see right there off the bat, you got Cadillac's bold grille design up front there. Nice sleek headlights, LED. You're going to have your premium headlights there. So you have your HID LED headlights. You're going to have your signature Cadillac piping right there, so that's what, you know, when you're driving at night, you're going to have that light extend the whole way down. It gives you that unique look. This is also going to give you the turning lights here, so when you do turn left or right, it's going to light up to either side of the vehicle. You have this one here, the parking sensors in the front, parking sensors on the rear to help you with the parking of the vehicle. So this will actually parallel park itself and back itself into a parking spot for you. This is a premium luxury trim level. So you're gonna see you have your chrome strips across the bottom, chrome door handles around the windows. You have your chrome rails there in the top, front chrome grille. You have your high polished aluminum 20-inch wheels. In the sport versions, that stuff is gonna go away. You're gonna have body color, different wheels, black trim around the windows, black rails across the top. So we're coming around to the back here and you're gonna have Cadillac's signature L-shaped tail lights there, which are carried over from the Cadillac Escala and the Cadillac CT6. And then across the back here, you're gonna have, again, this one is gonna give you your rear view, your rear camera mirror. So you have your backup camera located here. You have your camera up here for your rear camera mirror. Across the back, you're gonna see it's pretty, you know, pretty nice here. You got your badging on the back, the XT6, the all-wheel drive. You're gonna see the 400 right over here on the side. Basically what that is Cadillac they're getting into the electric car market. So that is your metric torque number, 400 metric newtons. And that is how those motors for those vehicles are kind of classified. There's no horsepower motors, it's more torque. This one here, you're gonna have the hands-free liftgate. So you're just gonna come right up to this. You're gonna swing your foot there. As long as you have your key fob with you, the tailgate will open up for you. And you can see here your 3 rows. The second row right here and the third row, you're gonna have electronic buttons right here. So if you needed to put this third row seats up, you're just gonna hold those buttons. Those seats will come right up. You're just gonna flip up the headrest there if you have passengers in the back. Again, to lower them, easy, push the buttons, they'll fold right down. And again, these second row seats, if you do need to put something in here, maybe you're hauling something that's a little bit longer, you can actually just hit the button right here and those seats are gonna fold down. In the back here, you also gonna have a nice little storage compartment here for you. It gives you a little bit of space. And then you just have a nice little lever right here and here. Easy access right there to your spare tire and jack. So real easy to kind of get into all of those things there. You got your button there to close the tailgate. You also have the button inside on the driver's door. The tailgate is also adjustable. So if you do park inside of a garage and maybe your garage is a little bit lower, you don't want the tailgate hitting the roof there, you can actually adjust it to stop at your desired height. You can also open and close that hatch with the hands-free and also with the key fob. Let's get this thing on the road. All right, folks, here we are inside of the all-new 2020 Cadillac XT6. Right off the bat, you can kind of see here some things that Cadillac has changed a little bit as far as steering wheel. Kind of put this nice chrome here on the steering wheel accents. You have your volume buttons for your radio, your talk buttons down here, chrome. They went to your roller wheel now here on that will control your driver information center. So you can kind of go in between your speed, trip meters, your fuel range, oil life, tire pressure. You have air filter life. You also have your fuel economy, average speed. You can also then go in and out, you know, your radio stations. You can also use this wheel to change the radio station. So it's basically like your seek button that you're not having to reach over for. You can pull up your navigation, phone settings. and back to the information. So it's nice. And the other thing that it did is it's going to give you your speedometer up there at the top, digital. Off to the left from that, you're going to see you have your speed limit on the roads, because you have the navigation that will show up, show you what the speed limit is on the roads that you're driving on. You're going to have your compass there. All the way to the right is your lane keep assist, and that's going to light up green. It's on there showing you that the system is on, but it will turn green when the system is actually activated. And then all the way over on the left there, you have your drivetrain. So it's showing you right now that you're in two-wheel drive. Down here on the console, you have a mode button. Basically, you're just going to push it, and you have 3 different options there that are all-wheel drive. So you have an all-wheel drive, a sport, and off-road. Basically, you're just going to push that mode button until you stop on one of them. It's going to flash up here and then show you it changed from front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. If you want to go back into it at your tour mode, you're going to get it blinking. Once it stops blinking, you're in front-wheel drive. This premium luxury is also going to come here. This is going to give you a heads-up display. I know it's kind of hard to see. Might not be able to see it with the camera, but this one here, you will get the heads-up display. So there's your heads-up display that you can see. You're going to have your speedometer is always going to be there. To the left of that, you're going to see that's your lane keep assist. Again, that's when the system is on. It's going to give you that light up there showing that it's actually on. The nice thing again is you're not having to look down here at the dashboard to see whether it's on and what it's doing. So again, when that activates, it will turn green. If you drift out of the lane, that will turn yellow. So all that stuff is putting it right there in front of you, so you're not having to look down on the dashboard to see any of that. You also can scroll through. You can see right there, it's going to show you your radio station. You can put your compass up there. And then it's also going to switch you to a digital tachometer with your speedometer down below that, and then back to the speedometer. But this is the nice thing about this with the navigation. It will give you all of your turn warnings and your heads up right there on the heads up display also. So again, it's nice. It's a way to just kind of keep your eyes up here on the road instead of having to look down at the dashboard or over at your radio. One of the other features that this one here has in the premium luxury that we added to this is the rear camera mirror. So again, if you're familiar with any of the Cadillacs, pretty much is available across the lineup. And what it is you have your standard rear view mirror there. If you want, you can actually just flip that little lever right there, and it turns on a camera in the back of the vehicle. And what that's going to do is, obviously, it's giving you a better view. It's actually a 300% wider view than you would normally get through your typical rear view mirror. But it is also going to eliminate all of your blind spots. So if you're hauling some people in the back, maybe you have some luggage or something else in the back that's coming up there and actually blocking your view through the typical rear view mirror, this is eliminating all of that blind spot. And they updated this. So what you can do now is there's actually a button right here that you can actually adjust the brightness. So if it's too bright for you at night, you can adjust it, either make it dim or a little bit more brighter. If you push it again, now you can actually zoom in and zoom out. And then the third thing you can do is you can actually adjust the level. So you can actually adjust it a little bit higher if you would like, or down a little bit more. So that's one of the new features that they added here last year, was the adjustability and kind of customization of that mirror. Some of the other features that we have here, this vehicle here is going to be equipped with your IntelliBeam headlights, which is going to turn your high beams on and off automatically for you. Also has the rain sensing wipers. This is going to have paddle shifters here in the back. Also has the new shifter, which Cadillac introduced on the XT4 last year. And what that does, it's similar to the shifter in the XT5, but where the XT5 you would hold the button on the side, pull it straight down for drive, and then reverse was up and to the left. This one here is actually it's more intuitive to a standard shifter here that you would normally get on a console. So basically now all you have to do, you're just going to put your foot on the brake, hold the button in, straight back for drive. If you pull it back again, it's going to put it into a manual mode. Up here on the dashboard, you're going to have, it's going to change from drive to M1. You have paddle shifters here then that you can actually shift the vehicle manually. To get it back out of there, you're just going to pull it back down again into drive, and it will switch back to drive. But now to go to reverse and neutral, you're going to push it forward like you would a conventional shifter on a console. And there's actually, it's a two-step. So if you just push it up a little bit, it will actually stop. You can see right there that it shifted into neutral. To go into reverse, you have to push the button, but you're going to see then it's going to go further, puts the vehicle into reverse, and then to go back from reverse to drive, you just push it. So now it's more of an intuitive forward and back shift as opposed to back for drive and then up and over for reverse. So a little bit easier to use. You still have the park button there on the top. You also have your rotary controls down here, which they introduced last year in the XT4. And their Cadillac is kind of spreading this across their lineup now. But the nice thing, if you're familiar with this at all, what this rotary control does is it controls everything up here on your radio screen. You have your two seat buttons here to the right and left. This small button here in the front, that's going to be your volume button. It's also, if you push it, it will mute the radio. If you push and hold it, it turns the whole system off. Turn it back on, you're just going to push that button. But then it gives you some shortcuts here. You have your radio button. If you push this button right here, it's just going to take you into your navigation screen. Right down here below that, you're going to have your phone, and then you have a back button. So if you push that, it's just going to take you back from the screens. Now on the XT4 previously, what you had to do, you would have to push down, and it would pull up a sub menu that you could go through for your radio and either pick your sources, your preset stations, things like that. What they added this year, which is really nice, is now there's actually a directional effect to the knob itself. So you can actually pull it down and push up and then to the right and left. Otherwise, this here is pretty similar to the XT5. You're going to have your buttons here for your temperature controls, driver and passenger. When the temperature is synced together, it operates off of the driver's side, so it's just going to control everything in the whole vehicle. You have heated and ventilated seats here in the front in this one. And then you just have your auto setting, your recirculate. This will shut the system off. You have your front defroster, rear defroster, and then your fan controls right here. You have your wood trim here, your wood grain along your dashboard, and also along the side of the doors here, right above your door handles. And what Cadillac does is with their different interiors, depending on the color of the interior, you're going to have different types of wood in the vehicle. So they complement the interior color. So obviously with the black here, you're going to get, this black wood trim. And it's actually real wood that's laminated that Cadillac, uses for these vehicles. And you can kind of see here, this is going to give you the Bose radio, and it's the premium radio here, so a little bit different look to it. You're going to have your chrome speaker grills here. So this vehicle is equipped with a 14-speaker Bose system. It sounds really good, and like I said, just kind of gives it a little bit of a unique look with the chrome grills, a little bit of a European look, if you will. The other thing that this is going to have, you have the panoramic sunroof and a power shade. So you can hit this button here and you can actually stop that shade anywhere that you want if you just want a little bit of light in, or you could open it up the whole way back there for the passengers. And then you also have your full sunroof. So this is going to be a couple step here. You push it one time, it's just going to vent the roof there for you. If you push it a second time, it's going to open back about to there and stop. If you push it again, it will then go back to that center bar and stop there for you. So it opens up, fairly nice size for you. You have a little windscreen here that's going to deflect some of that air coming in. So if you do have people sitting in the back, they're not getting pelted with the air coming through there. And so nice feature, kind of opens the inside up. This vehicle also is going to have, if you look here on the back of the dash, on the console, you have your controls right here for the rear passengers. So they can actually, if they wanted to, go in here and you can adjust your air temperature. The two outboard seats on here are heated, so you can turn those on and adjust through your settings. but you can adjust your fan speed, your temperature, where the air is coming out back there for the second and third row passengers separately from the front passengers. Just going over some of these things here, and then we're going to get into the backup camera. This vehicle here, you're going to see it's going to have your park assist here. So this is going to give you your sensors in the front and the rear bumper. You can actually shut those off. This button right here is this will actually parallel park itself or back you into a parking spot. All you do is control the brake and the gas and the gears. It turns the wheel and will adjust you in there. This vehicle now has the auto stop start, which is going to shut the engine off for you when you come to a stoplight to save you gas mileage there. That feature can be shut off by touching that button right there. It will shut it off as long as you're driving the car. Once you shut the vehicle off and get out, get back in and restart the engine, it's going to be on every time. So if you want to shut it off, you will have to do that every time. You have your lane keep assist there. But the nice feature that I'm going to show you with this is this actually has the 360 surround backup camera. So what that's going to do, and you can see that red flashing arrow there, that's demonstrating the rear cross traffic. So what that's going to do is it actually uses the radars that are located in the rear of the vehicle, and when you're backing out of a spot like we're kind of in right here, if you do happen to have a vehicle coming from either the right or the left behind you, and maybe you can't see around whatever is parked next to you, those radars that are in the back of the vehicle there are going to detect that vehicle or any type of movement back there, and it's going to notify you by flashing that red arrow with the triangle and also activating your driver awareness seat. So you will feel a vibration in the seat, and you'll also get that to show you that there is something coming from either side, so you don't back right up into it. But the backup camera on this is an HD camera, so you're going to have HD cameras the whole way around the vehicle, and you can kind of go through and scroll through some different looks here. So you can see on the left, this is an above view of the vehicle. You're going to have your backup lines, so for your rear park assist on both places. As I turn the wheel here, you're going to see this here towards the back. Basically, your vehicle is going to go where those lines go. And if you look to the one above you, you can also see them turned here, but you see a line coming off of the top of the vehicle, whether I go to the right or to the left. And basically what that's going to do, it's just going to show you where the front part of the vehicle is going to swing. So if you are backing out from between something and you're not sure whether the front end is going to hit or not, it's nice because it looks like you're looking above the vehicle and you're going to see exactly where that front end is going to swing. So right now this is giving you just a standard look behind you in the back. You have a button right here that you can push. It's going to switch you to the front camera. You can also, if I were to go into drive, it would automatically flip to there from reverse, and it does the same thing. So it's going to put those lines right where you're going to go. Same on the top. It's basically going to show where the car is going to come around to. Now, if I switch over here to this view, basically what it's doing there is it's giving you a more wide angle. So you can see there, that's your standard angle. If I hit this one here, it gives you a little bit more wide angle, so you can see a little bit further down to the left and to the right of the vehicle there. This one right here in the middle is basically, it's going to show you the back of the vehicle, so it's like you're looking straight down just on the back of the vehicle. You can also flip that to the front. There's the front of the vehicle, and you can see everything that's in front of you there. So nice, along with the parking sensors that are in there and all these cameras. As you're pulling up towards something, you can see exactly what's around you, so you're not hitting into something or running over something that you're not sure is there. This one here is a little bit of a unique view. It actually looks like you're standing in front of the vehicle looking behind, so you can actually see everything that would be behind me. And if you switch this view, it flips to the other way. It looks like you're looking behind the vehicle, and you can see the whole way around it that way. This next view here is going to give you, those are your front wheels, so driver side, passenger side. If you flip back, that's going to give you the rear. So nice, again, if you're parking along something, and you don't want to, maybe along a curb, you don't want to ruin your wheels or get up against the curb too much, you can actually switch to this view and change that. So, and this view right here is just going to either take those park assist lines on or off for you. If you don't want them on, it will take them off. And your last view is you can either just have your standard backup camera, or it's going to add that surround view for you. So some nice new features here, you know, with this new camera. Again, the HD camera is amazing. You're going to have the HD there along with the mirror camera there, and you know, it's just a nice clear view of everything around you, so it just kind of makes everything a lot safer. All right, so one of the other features that this vehicle is equipped with is going to be your forward collision. So the forward collision is going to work the same as it does on other Cadillacs. What it does is it's going to utilize a camera that's right here behind the rear view mirror. It's taking pictures of the vehicles in front of you. So basically you have 3 settings. You have a far, medium, and a near setting. And what it's going to do is, depending on your speed and the distance of that vehicle, it's going to just warn you whether or not you're at a safe distance where if you had to come to a stop, you have enough time to stop without hitting the vehicle in front of you. And what that is going to do is, if you kind of see here on the dashboard, they changed the symbol a little bit, but you have a little bit of a green outline of a car. And I know it might be hard to see, but on my heads-up display, it's also showing it. So again, the nice thing, it's putting all of that stuff that you would typically have to look down at the dashboard to see right up there in front of you. So it's just, you know, you just glance down a little bit, it's right there in that heads-up display. So again, you're going to get that green vehicle there to notify you and let you know when the system is activated. So what it's going to do is, it's green when you're a nice safe distance from the vehicle. So if you kind of get too close to the vehicle in front of you, you're going to see there your light turn from green to yellow. So it's just letting you know that you're a little too close to the vehicle. You know, if that vehicle had to stop quickly, you might not be at a safe distance to be able to stop to avoid it. The other thing it's going to do is, if you get really close to that vehicle, on your heads-up display, the screen will flash red, your seat will vibrate, and it will actually prepare the brakes. It will not apply them for you, but it will build up pressure in the brake line. So if you did have to stop quickly, you will, you know, it gives you a little bit of extra boost there to hopefully avoid maybe rear-ending the car that's in front of you. So with the blind spot indicator, what you're going to get is that yellow light right there indicating that there is somebody in your blind spot. So, you know, if you happen to glance over to switch lanes and you don't see anybody, doesn't necessarily mean that there's no one over there. So if you see that light that is lit up, you know that there is somebody over there. The other thing that it's going to do is, if you do try to change lanes, if you turn on your turn signal to do so, that light will actually flash to give you a little bit more of a warning. So it kind of catches your eye, you know, and to let you know that there is somebody over there. The lane change alert, what that is going to do is, that actually will utilize the radar that are in the back that detect in your blind spot, but they actually go back a little bit on both sides as you're driving. So what it's going to do is, if you happen to need to change lanes and you look in your side view mirror and there's a car coming and you're thinking, okay, that's far enough back, I can actually get into that lane. If that car is approaching you at a higher speed that you are going, and it feels that maybe there's a possibility that by the time you're over there, that car is right on your bumper, that will actually light up. So if the light is lit up and you look and you don't really see anybody in your blind spot, but you do see somebody coming back, it's lit up for a reason. It's just letting you know that that person is going to be on top of you here any minute now. So rather than kind of get you into a predicament where you're cutting in front of somebody who might not be able to stop quick enough to avoid you, or if they're maybe not paying attention and then end up hitting you, you do have that indicator there that will show you that also. Now again, with the the lane keep assist, really nice feature, very subtle feature. What it's going to do, again, just like with the other videos that I have done and showed, is it is going to basically nudge you more to get you back into the lane if you happen to drift out of the lane without using your turn signal. So if you happen to switch lanes without using your turn signal, you will feel a little bit of a resistance going one way or another. But once the system is actually activated, you can see here, if I start drifting over to the right, the light turns yellow and the steering wheel actually just nudges gradually and pushes me back over into the lane to shut that system off. So it's going to do that either right or left. And again, you will feel a little bit of resistance. It's not, you know, it doesn't jerk the wheel. It's very subtle. So it's one of those things, I have a lot of people that don't feel it at first, but you will. And again, they don't want it to be intrusive enough to where you don't feel comfortable driving and you feel that the vehicle is trying to make you do something that you don't want to do. Also for safety reasons, you know, if you're driving down the road and there's something in the road that you have to quickly switch lanes and maybe you don't have a chance to use your turn signal. Obviously, for safety reasons, it's not going to force you that way. It's just trying to nudge you. You can actually kind of push against that and fight against it and still go over. You will feel a little bit of a resistance, but it will kind of break itself free and allow you to move out of the way. So again, for safety reasons, it does allow you, you know, to quickly make a decision if you need to get out of the lane. The power, of course, is GM's 3.6 engine, which is available. That's your engine that you're going to get in the XT5. It's pretty much available across all of GM's lineup. So, you know, pretty bulletproof engine, 310 horsepower, you know, more than adequate power to the vehicle. You know, you're going to get Cadillac's, you know, typical warranty. So you're going to have a 4-year, 50,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty there. It's also going to give you their 6-year, 70,000 mile powertrain. The new Cadillacs now, they have been adding 2 years free of OnStar with the vehicles. So you do get, with Cadillac, you will get 2 years of OnStar services free. All right, guys, so that was our ride along there. Hopefully you had as much fun as I did. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. You could stop in and check us out at Smail Cadillac in Greensburg, right off of Route 30, or you can check us out online at smailcadillac.com.